Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we are in Oviedo, Florida, a small suburb of Orlando. And what we're doing is we're actually cleaning and exploring to find out what the problems are here and how we can correct them. If you take a look, you can see these people have created a beautiful new pool. I guess this is about a year and a half old, and quite high here on this backside. Everything's draining down, and you can see it would run right into the lanai if they didn't have a channel drain. They do have a channel drain, and it works, but there's no place for this water to discharge. So somebody came in here and they put a sump pump in and they buried it underground, and we've just started to uncover it. This looks to me as if it's some type of a dry well that they've converted into a sump basin. Number one, don't bury your basin. Number two, you can see that power line. That's not rated to be underground. If you notice, we always put our pumps up by the house, and the basin right by the house. That's where they need to go. This was probably done by a landscaper. They did a great job, but it didn't work but even a year. They have a catch basin as their collection. The channel drain, you can see it runs all across the pool, and it is graded down to the channel drain, so that picks up the water. It all comes over. Catch basin picking up the low spot, drains over to the sump pump. Sump pump lifts it up and sends it out. They have some problems. It didn't even work a year. They actually did the same thing on this side over here. You can see the catch basin, and somewhere out here in the yard there is a sump basin. Why they didn't put it up here by the house, nobody knows. But we're here to fix that problem. What we've done is exposed this top of the basin, and we're getting ready to pull it off. So let's see what's going on there. Yep. So we found the lid, and it's loose. It may be bolted, but it doesn't look like it. We're just going to go ahead and lift it off, get it up out of the way. Looking at that lid, it does look like it's a dry well. See the knockout in the center? Can you clean out the top of that, Joe? You see there's a little slot right there where you would put a pipe bringing it in, or the discharge coming out. What we've got to do is pump this out. I've got a new pump. They're going to put a new pump in here. We'll pump this out, find the discharge line, and we need to clean that line. That line is coming out underneath this concrete. It is an original line, and discharges, if you can see the machine out there at the street, our 1065, I see where it comes out, so we need to clean that line and make sure that's in good working order first. Okay, so I set up a Zoller M98. It's just temporary. You can see I've got a big tall riser. We're just gonna let it come down through this 4-inch pipe, and that goes way out to drain. We just need to get down into that pit to see what's going on. So let's go ahead and plug it in, make sure there's power here. And it should kick right on. Oh yeah, you can hear it. You can see how powerful the M98 is. It just takes all that water out pretty quick. We'll pump all that down. What we're looking for are those two lines right there. We've got two inlets coming in, and then they've got an 1.5 inch discharge that comes out, goes over to that 4-inch pipe that we found going out to the street. So yeah, it's taking it out real quick. We'll just let it run. See if I can hold this float up. It'll shut off. We're not on the bottom down there. But you can see all the sand and debris down here. We'll shut this off here in just a second. Let it suck for a minute. Get as much as we can. I did put a check valve on it so it won't come back. That looks pretty good. So you can just let go of that. So now we can see what's going on, and basically we definitely need to clean the basin. It would be nice to move this basin. Again, we'll talk to them. Either we have to cut concrete or whatever, but it needs to get up there by the house. Being out here buried in the ground, it truly is not the best way to do this, and you can see why. It fills up with sand. The power cord, you definitely don't bury power cords. They are not rated to be buried. That cord gets warm, and it shorts it out, so that pump quit working. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more here. So right here is the discharge, and this is a PVC, used to be a pop-up, it's all broke off. It's probably corrugated pipe underneath, but we're still going to run a cable down through here just to see what's going on with it. So it's all good, keep going. We're going to go ahead and start up our, come back over here. This is a Spartan 1065 drain cleaning machine. The way it works is, the reel keeps turning, builds up tension on this spring wound cable. If we hit a problem, the end of the cable will stop, but the reel will keep turning and build up tension, and it cuts through it. So here we go. So the machine can keep running. We'll actually hear this cable as it goes through the ground. Put the camera down here. Can you hear that? No, better. Can you hear that on the ground? That's the cable that runs through the ground, and we got to find the end of it. A little bit fainter, but we're right here. We'll run a few more feet. We've got to get all the way back. I'm letting Joe pull it on back. He's already got it all the way back. And that line's in pretty good shape. So what we've got to do is basically talk to the homeowner. We would love to go ahead and be able to put a new discharge. Even though they've got a good 4-inch line here, that pit needs to be moved, which means that we do need to cut that concrete. So let's talk to her first. Okay, so we talked to the homeowner, and they're going to go ahead and put this system in. I'm going to, maybe if I remember, I'll show you their PDF, their estimate, where you can see exactly what we're going to do. Let me go over it real quick so you understand what needs to be done here. So, as you can see, there's a pretty good hill that comes from that back fence. That water's been flooding, over that hill, and it comes across this concrete and just pours into the pool. During Hurricane Irma, of course, that water flooded their pool completely and just flooded directly inside their lanai. I mean, it was almost 2 feet deep back here. So we can't beat a hurricane, there's no way, but we can give water a place to go. We need to put a French drain down below the patio concrete, some catch basins to help pick up that surface water. Remember, French drain collects subsurface water. Catch basins collect immediate surface water runoff. You can see these cracks that are forming. This is water. This is pressure against the side of the pool. What we're really trying to do is protect the pool and the foundation of the house. So French drain catch basins, it's going to come down. We're going to move this catch basin to the other side. We're going to connect the channel drain to the catch basin. That discharge from the catch basin, pick up this downspout, and we're going to cut the concrete and install our sump basin over here underneath this grill. From the sump basin, we'll lift that water up, cut some more concrete, and send it into the discharge that we just cleaned. So we're going to go ahead and cut the old pump out of there. Might be some water in there, might not. And we're just going to lift that pump right up out of there. Probably have to pull some more cord up, Joe, to get it out of there. In fact, you can pull that all the way through if you want. Get that cord out of there. Remember, what happened here was that these cords aren't rated for underground use. So it went bad pretty quick. We're just going to set that out someplace and get it out of the way. Next, we're going to go ahead and hook up our Zoller M98 to that discharge line because that's working good. We just need to be able to get this water out of here. That's all we're going to do for today. We'll temporarily hook this pump up so that if it does rain, they do have a little bit of drainage, and then they put them on the schedule to do the rest of the job. Okay, so we plumbed the new pump temporarily. You can see we've got, this is always the same, the 1.5 inch PVC starting at the bottom of the Zoller M98 comes up to a check valve. We had to adapt it to the discharge line, couple of 90s, real simple stuff. Now we're going to go ahead and set the lid on because it's just temporary. Remember, we are going to move the sump basin and everything's going to be new. It's all going to be way over there inside the concrete. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.